Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Noatira binti Badu Hisham from University Malaysia Pahang, and I'm here today to present my paper with the title of Aircraft Noise Exposure and Effects on the Health of Nearby Residents review. I will go through my research background first. The noise exposure is a prevalent issue today where the people exposed to the loud source of sound. And the aircraft noise is one of the major contributors to the environmental noise, which affects the health and well-being of the people that working in the vicinity of the airport. My paper is a review on aircraft noise exposure and the effects on people who live nearby the airport's area. And I'm focusing on the health problem resulting from the prolonged aircraft noise exposure and the noise level that can cause disturbance to human. And this is the four keywords of my review, which is about the noise exposure, aircraft noise hazard, airport, and the environment. And then my literature review, I will start with the study of past year paper starting from 2010 until 2020, and then by using the database such as Science Direct, Google Scholar Web of Science, and Scopus to ensure the research article was prevalent to the theme of this review. And it is a systematic review, which is I've chosen the type of the study, such as experimental study, cross-sectional, and the survey study types. And the participants of the research was the member of general population at the airport area, such as a student or the residents near the airport. And the type of the exposure was daytime and the nighttime. And the confounder the article containing a potential secondary factor beside noise such as vibration in case they live near the railway station. And the selection of the paper after the screening then and assessing the eligibility of the article, only 27 articles were selected for the review. And according to the WHO, the permissible noise limit for environmental noise is 75 decibel only. The noise level exceeding this limit are detrimental to human hearing. With the escalating human population growth today and rapid industrialization, this noise population from transportation is more prevalent. Okay, here is my result. About 957 calculated of paper that published during past 10 years, and in year 2017 and 2019 it shows the highest publication rates about the aircraft noise study, and mostly it indicates that there are awareness among the scientific community regarding the aircraft noise and its impact. And this early day, when the aviation was still in infancy, the aircraft noise was a rare case. However, this issue is more prevalent nowadays because of the escalating population growth and rapid industry development. This is the example of my key studies. I'm doing the summaries of each study by its contents and the outcomes from the research and the correlation argument. For the correlation argument, I'm focusing about the point of the study and the focus of the research study. And then this is the examples of similarity between the research article review in work by the keywords. And from this we can see that this is about the aircraft noise, and you found that the noise annoyance and disturbance was the main cause from the noise exposure. And then this is my result of the study. The first is about the source of noise and propagation of noise. Is contributed by the non-acoustic factors as well as noise from the engine or the aircraft system itself, and the high level of noise produced during the take-off of aircraft and the landing of the aircraft. as well. During the ground operation, it threatened the well-being of community and workers that work near the airport. And the effects and impact on nearby residents is about the which is located residents near and public places such as a school, field or shopping complex, or the office near the airports. And then the long-term exposure leads to the health problems such as cardiovascular disease, sleep disorder, learning impairment, hypertension, and annoyance. Uh, in this the past research at the Frankfurt airport, the expansion of the airport, including the opening of the fourth runway, was increasing the noise level, which in turn it affects the well-being of the people. And the recommendation of the noise level from the various board also been studied. There are responsible organization establish guidelines or reference of recommended permissible noise decibel that are suitable for our hearing. And the fourth one is about the remedial action to mitigate the effects of aircraft noise. This is by referring the past study, and based on literature survey, it found that there are measures that can implement to reduce the detrimental impact of aircraft noise on the people health and the well-being. This is the recommended noise level by various board that I have compiled from the research. First is from the WHO, and the second one is from the government by Department of Environmental Malaysia, and the third one is from the NIOSH and OSHA about the exposure limit. And the fourth one is from the Federal Aviation Administration itself, from the Aviation Society itself. And then this is the following recommended to reduce the aircraft noise exposure of nearby residents airport. First is for the professional expert such as urban engineer planners to reduce the geography planning for the cities. Second, to establish an aeropolis instead of a simple airport. Third is about the architecture design and rental of the building. This might adapt with the wind direction. Fourth, about the echoic and the soundproof wedge such as wall cladding to make the wall more soundproof. Five is about the further research as carried out to improve the existing aircraft technology, and then six is the guideline rules and regulation that can play important roles. Uh, which is in order to prevent the speech unusability and disturbance for the people. Question is based on the review, the effect of exposure can be identified, and the best way to establish any causability between exposure and disease is to conduct analytic epidemiological studies such as a case control study, cohort study, and clinical trial, and is supported by the past study on how to identify the airport noise exposure. And based on my study, I found that two conclusions can be drawn. By first is to prolong exposure of aircraft noise is associated with the chronic noise annoyance, which may lead to stress. And second is this stress significantly contributes to the prevalence of hypertension, and in worst case, it may lead to cardiovascular disease or more disturbance for the people. That's all for my presentation. Thank you.